in one of its best sheep since the time of Prophet Samuels. It's going to be in its best shape. That's what is going to happen. But before that, there is going to be a dive. The dive is what is going to be the problem. And the dive is coming in April.
Dive, how is it going to be?
The dive is going to come in such a way, say, as a lot of people don't understand certain things. As for me, I'm breaking in a very simplest form.
Okay.
So I'm going to use a certain example. Imagine, say, oh, sorry, Anopa, oh, to Atare, so not Atare Nashi. Atare Nashi, and I say, oh, Atare Nashi, oh, Kwakwa go to choose, now Pepsi and Tarawini.
All right, I was here. I'm Mamuna Kwaba, head by K Lover Media. So say YouTube and I say Facebook. I hear Lovers TV Africa. Prophet Telvin Sowah. I'm not call. I cry from no one. Sampa here interview. No, this interview is very important. This part of the interview. Me sure say you two. Here part 1 and 2. Oman John Dramani Mahama. So utie Telvin Sowah Agric and as a woman when you come here beboa because gold scandals be a bit cost one e dey go ase na beba then also be affect with chances be na Agric no minim ni nti a yen pese ye be ma ye ni abre wo ho asoman nti gold is part of your natural resources unyankopon dia man. But me who say Agric no say the key. And na yen konkusua ade mfiri Apostle Kwadwo Safo Kantanka ho. Sankomo we ye bebe time ni edi ni yi. Yen hwe Telvin Sowah. Mesro share link no na share ma omampeni John Dramani Mahama. Mesro so open asem nko a. On san de no. Emra Prophet na ono mo ye adwuma no eye huhum ni mama no no enema bi sei no mo ye nemo bi so a another prophet ono so me den kamenya yanka Telvin Sowah de bia o command penity mo ho na bebi o man ne kono no ma boa o mo nyina boa se eja bempa na e leader enden be me de pa na nka se difu ya boa eja bempa nie Danka William nie Prophet Telvin Sowah nie Prophet Clement testimony nie Prophet Bernard nie mesra mo manko komefa Professor Mponka ne nyame adifo bia mentimi mbo mu di omu nyina nyame asofo wo na o ma no sesei yentimra
na time be
ending of this year.
Na obenka say reshuffling there say a normal wait. Abaimpia na dia na ma omampeni John Dramani Mahama dia so different
because of the kind of reshuffle everybody senior every movement. No, it will be very strange because some things will happen within June that will cause difference in the governance and things has to be changed, and once those things are changed, things will begin to pick up and then advance further. Now me church must say the government will start something that is very amazing.
And once your microphone
okay. So I think I should get closer.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So as I was saying, it is going to be very much amazing in that angle. Say, as I told you earlier on, say governance no start here. It is a term of 4 years to be something else will continue, but I don't want to go further outside the 4 years. I want to maintain what is here. But the way you need here, know what is way far above. So we did that angle, no? I hope everything is set.
We are
fine, We are fine. Okay. So from that governance angle, no, I told you, say, best start in a very, very strange manner. I think I said that a long time ago. And the situation is that a start here, the currency, the economy will begin to go downside. Because that's the economy, for being sassy.
Yeah, okay.
They will remove their hands from it. Once their hands are going off it, in 3 months, you begin to notice. 3 months from now, that is April, you begin to notice that the country where we are heading towards is very dangerous. And as that angle begin to drift down, that's why I told you people there's only one thing that can happen in this atmosphere with President John Mahama as president.
Yeah.
The country will end up being one of its best shape since the time of Professor Tamils. It's going to be in its best shape. That's what is going to happen. But before that, there is going to be a dive. The dive is what is going to be the problem. And the dive is coming in April.
Dive, how is it going to be?
The dive is going to come in such a way, say, as a lot of people don't understand certain things. As for me, I'm breaking in a very simplest form. So I may use a certain example. Imagine, say, oh sorry, Anopa, oh to Atarena Tarenashi. Atarenashi, and I say, oh Atarenashi, oh Quaco to choose now, President Arawini, oh Pierre Free Bathroom now, oh call Jumano, so Obetu Kana engine so. So it will be a trend of happenings. What you say? A trend of happenings in the governance.
So Obi Bashre Nenkwa, and I said, dive no one senior, which sense I didn't know. It's a muka break it down the NTSC.
A bit dive, the economy will dive down.
Okay, you are talking about the economy.
Economy and the system of governance.
Okay.
It will dive. By diving, it will rise up again.
Okay.
It will dive in a way, say, a
dive may take it how long?
A dive, it will take almost 8 months.
Ish.
That's not even an easy thing at all. And to be diving very deep. Now, a dive, it will be very different. But in December, the reason why there's a lot of shuffling is because you said one thing, you were asking one question. It's because there were certain funerals. Due to that, they had to put some people somewhere and remove some people from somewhere because some places were vacant.
Asemaba.
So that one is a different story on its own. But then we come back to the economy.
Funeral no me. So how many funerals?
2 of them.
Sitting ministers and I say
CEO minister. But in that timeline, those things can be adjusted in time. That one we can bend the time for its sake. Yes. But then the shuffle will come because of one of them. I can't get a hold of it in the dimensions. But there's one important one we can bend and create something else by the grace of God. But mainly there will be shuffling as a result of that. Once I funeral, shuffle will kick in, yes. And then as we go forward with regards to the economy, economy no goes downside. But one thing I always say is be patient. Be patient.
Okay.
Because once the economy goes downside, we need to be patient. Once you have the patience, within the 2 years interval, there will be an elevation. Once the elevation starts, me who say you are starting developments. And I'm not talking about Greater Accra development, I'm talking about nationwide development.
Okay.
Infrastructure, hospitals, different kinds of setup. 3rd year in office. All those things will begin to happen. And it will begin to happen very fast, and it looks so impossible. They'll begin to build things that are so mega beyond your wildest imagination. And it was so amazing. I'm looking at it in time, and it is happening, and it was so unique. But one important thing in time that I saw 2 branches in that specific angle. It's 2 branches. The president will sit down in the office. He will have 2 opportunities in hand. He will choose the other one, the opposing figure. Once he chooses the opposing figure, the trend of the 2-year timeline for us to exceed into success will break. Once that timeline is broken, in 2028, it will be a different story altogether. That does not mean MPP will win the election. That's a different story.
So, if you had your bar, Mount Casasa now, we see, President, there will be two major decisions I also taking.
Yes.
One, there.
The first major decision is about the economy. It's two things they will place before him.
Okay.
He has to choose within these two things. He has to choose whether to present the money into the Agric industry, into the farming protocols, and secure that one. Or he has to present the money into gold. The president will present the money for gold in the first branch of time I am seeing. And once the money hits into that and his investment in the foundation, it will look beautiful in the beginning. The next thing you will see in news is $246 billion.
Ashe.
Into oblivion.
And what will happen after that?
Sorry. 243. Sorry.
243.
243. I want to be specific on the number. $243
billion.
Remember that number. 243. Yes. Not 6. 243. Specific.
When so the figure account says no country about me, I say, we 37. Me share chat to the name, $243 billion.
Yes.
A million, a billion.
Oh, billion.
And how are we going to welcome this news as a country in timeline?
Exactly. That is what I was saying. Say it will create a lot of problems for the next step of election 2024. It will be very different. 2028, sorry. It will create a different story altogether for us. The whole angle and the whole thing, because the thing cannot be explained because it was through one man. They will temper. The person is sitting down trying to make the government better. Somebody is playing a different game altogether behind. And that's the first problem. Now, what I will say, to save us from this branch of time, we have to put the money on the Agric.
Okay.
On the agriculture, yes.
I
don't know the agriculture minister. So if somebody says that to me, or because I say, every one of my Greek ministers or Pescamana, I don't know him. He doesn't know me. I'm telling him he doesn't know me. I don't know him. We don't know each other.
Honorable Agric Upoku.
Because of this prophecy, Christ shouldn't, if he wants to know me, shouldn't try to know me.
Okay.
Yeah, you should stay away from me. Absolutely.
I see. Oh, can I say close to them? I said 2027, I got 2028. No.
Yes.
I on my penny third year. No. Construction near the development because so suddenly a normal with government or seeking for re-election. At the end of my way, some development way are unique and so different from other ones now are witnessing.
Because it will be very different. It will be very, very, very different. Roads, bridges, very different. International standard. Not normal, ordinary things. They are very different. Once you see it coming, you know this one is not the ordinary NDC, MPP kind of development. This is a different story. Very unique, very special, very different. And it affected the whole country from the top to the down. And then in these 4 years, the doomsaw problem, they will change it. And they will solve a situation. I saw that they were fixing new meters because there's something that will go on in the ECG, electronic company. One will fall, one will rise. Then it will divide into two. Electricity company right, electricity company left. Two electricity companies running the country.
Say no put your man can say on be privatizing. No. And I
don't watch. I don't follow those news. Once I'm sitting there, anything I don't know.
ECG mienu.
Yes.
Nakuja. Inti omen running is saying, I think na state owned and I say Obina air running for flow.
There will be two sector running, like two angle of operation. I say a blend of two different companies.
Okay.
Dealing with electricity.
Okay.
And then you will be given the option of which one to take. and it will be 2 angles of electricity companies that will be running the country. That one will just solve that is why I told you that I saw news being posted, and I give you the date.
Yeah, okay, August.
Yes.
I think 24th of August or so.
And I told you, say, it will be stated clearly that for about 1 year and more, there was never light out. Doomsaw was never a possibility. Not doomsaw. If it was a virus, it has been killed entirely. The reason why I'm telling you this is because the future is very clear. Something is going to happen so that in 2032, there will be new things. Because as you always ask me, on mining a be
yes, I keep asking, but
yeah. On mining yes, that's what is going to happen. It's going to change. And there are branches in time that has to be fully adjusted. And that is what will happen. Now once the gold is taken, there is not much we can do to bend time. It is established.
Enti onfesi kano ensha Agric mu na onjai gold in semno.
No, yes, you should leave the gold aside and focus there because there will be big disappearance of money. And once it disappears, they have to account for it. Once they will account for it, they will fracture the whole timeline. If they fracture the whole timeline, the anomaly will happen. If an anomaly happens is in time, this is what happens if an anomaly happens. You will have someone else being president who is not supposed to be president. And then the time is fractured.
Why never be president and say or no president? So
it's not MPP government still. That's not
within NDC.
Yes.
2028.
Yes.
I see. It is a good no. Asem ne scandal no. Ever say gold scandal ni siya.
Yes.
Ebema kwaya mani pafufuro.
Yes.
Anke say ono na be president.
Then he comes to take over.
Nature say 2028 no. Omampeni Mahama besa akubium.
We say that's the future I want you to live for now. I don't want to talk about that because now Kuja was talking about it. Asked me the same question and I left it. I don't want to continue that one. But then I want one branch of time. The key now there are 2 prophecies no sooner to unlock in March. Then I can break that one for you.
Say all kubium and naso kubium no.
Yes, because I have to stand on one evidence to show you something. Yes.
What are you expecting in March?
It is something very unique and special. Once I come, I don't have a chance to let it out, but once I come and sit here, I'll tell you, March is coming.
You, ain't some of my mimi sebium.
Okay.
Say, let's say, go scandal neba, ebe tu omampeni jo Mahama dear so.
Yes. It will put him under tough pressure.
Like, oh, ebe tu na efi akunyano so.
Absolutely.
But go scandal na ma, obetina so.